Sean, do we have any announcements about the Bengals?
No, they played the best 59 minutes against the Steelers in a long time. I'll be over that next year, I think. Orange Rafus is with us, the president of Campbell County Club. Orange, welcome. Stand up, tell us what you're doing today, Orange.
Well, I'm here to try to promote something.
Promote something? Well, you're welcome. Go ahead, you got 30 seconds. Yeah.
I'm hoping to see most of you on November the 28th. Some of you will remember several years ago when President Rotary came to Northern Kentucky University. We held a joint meeting for all clubs of the area. That's what we're doing again for the Northern Kentucky president. On the 28th, we'll have a meeting at the Wilder City Building starting at noon. There'll be a dinner. There'll be roast beef, baked potatoes, green beans, salad, pie, coffee, soda. And I know she had $13 in here, which is supposed to be $15. So, no, that's great. Basically, I want to encourage you to, register with whoever your president names as taking reservations.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, so I've got them probably the day before Thanksgiving. I mean, that's really jammed up in there, trying to get things to cater and so on and so forth. That's about it.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you, Art.
We have Joe Johnson with us. Where's Joe? Welcome to the Florence Rotary Club. Joe, tell us what you do.
I'm the president of the Campbell County Rotary Club.
Great.
I was in charge of our project November 28th. So we hope to see you all come sign up. It's going to be a great time for everybody. And I think we'll improve on what Arden said. So hopefully everybody on November 28th, noon, at the Wilder Municipal Building.
Great. Thank you, Joe. And Hannah Siebert and Kim Brown are here. Welcome from the Florence Freedom. We got they're much better looking than Zach. So tell us what you're up to.
Well, I brought Hannah here today to replace back into the Rotary, and I just wanted to bring her with me and introduce her to most people that I know here. And Hannah, go ahead and tell what you do.
I'm Hannah Siebert, and I am the new Director of Public Relations and Promotions for the Florence Freedom. I just graduated from MK in May. I interned with the Freedom throughout the summer and was given a full-time job. So I look forward to working with all you guys and meeting you guys.
Glad to have you. Andy Haywood, Camp Burns Middle School. Where's Andy? Welcome,
Right over
Andy.
here, thank you guys. I'm the vice principal of Camp Burns Middle School, so I'm helping shape young minds. Hopefully none of your kids have ever been in my office for any reason. But they're the future leaders here, so it's a pleasure to be here with you guys today. So,
Great
thanks
job,
for having me.
Andy. I wish I had a sports report for you, but I don't. So we'll move on. We can talk about the weather if you like. It's changed. That's all, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Young
you.
lady from Florence Freedom. What was your name? I'm sorry.
My name's Hannah.
You are the incoming vice president taking over for Zach. So moved. Thank you, Frank. We need to report back on the golf outing. How'd we do?
Yes, we had a very successful day. Thank you to all of you that do so much to make that successful each year. All our old sponsors. We sent out Bruno Gomovsky to pick up a few old sponsors that haven't paid yet. They should be coming in soon once Bruno gets to be done. But other than that, we don't have final numbers. We're trying to give them green amounts where we can tell we're okay. But, we had a lot of good golfers and we had a lot of fun. It was another great outing. Everybody gets the whole ride. We were just kind of raising money for scholarships for the kids that maybe visit Andy's office in middle school, and by the time they get to high school, they're not doing that.
Exactly.
Really, really good. Thanks to everybody here that helped out and all our sponsors. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
announcements?
Yes. I will be the toy guy this year, again, for the Steinford Toy Foundation. Last year, we helped nearly 4,000 kids, in large part to the efforts of Rotarians. So I will presume on your generosity, if you run a business, that you will also collect again this year. If that's not true for some reason, let me know. Boxes will be distributed on Monday, November 19th, and that way we can do the same great job of helping nearly 4,000 kids through Steinford Toy Foundation. You may also bring toys here to the Rotary meeting. They need to be new and wrapped toys. We already have a good start even from last week. One other thing, for our annual lunch, we do compete with the Rotary meeting on Monday the 29th. Jim has said it will count as Rotary attendance if you want to come over to the St. East Center here in Morris Crawford and be part of that. I understand if you can't make it, but there are sign-up sheets on the table if you want to attend a little bit different lunch on a Monday. And sorry about that conflict with Rotary, which we couldn't mess up a free venue. So thanks for staying.
Thank you, Roger. Mr. Gary Stewart, we're in Christmas season. Do you have an update on the Christmas concert dates and times?
Thank you. We're going to have on December 3rd, on Monday night at Lakeside Christian Church. We've already got it pretty well organized. We just got a little bit of tweaking to do. And just want to announce also that I've asked Sean Carroll to help us now, and down the road one day when I can't walk anymore, hopefully Sean will take over. I think we want to see these concerts go for years to come. We've been doing this since 1985, and this will be our 59th concert. So you're in for a treat. Thank you. Oh, and I'm not singing to you. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. John Stoddard, do you want to talk about the Yankee basketball game?
Yeah, November 30th is our Rotary night at the NKU men's basketball game. I'm gonna hand out sign-up sheets for that. Now, I didn't want to get them all mixed up in those papers that were split around there. Sign-up, the tickets are $9. UMBC is the team that beat Virginia last year in the NCAA tournament. UMBC was the 16th seed and Virginia was the 1 seed, the first time that ever happened. So pass those around to the table for people. Tickets are $9. That gets you in the Braxton Beer Garden and all that good stuff. There's one other thing I want to say. I attended a Rotary Zone Institute in Montgomery, Alabama this past week. Got home yesterday. Rotary Zone Institute includes zones 30 and 31, which were part of Zone 30. There are 26 Rotary districts, of which our district is part of Zone 30, and that's in 13 states, and it was about 400 leaders of those that attended that institute. On Friday night, we had a concert that we became part of, just the fact that we became part of. Wyoming Judd was appearing in Montgomery, Alabama. So we took the concert, sold tickets for the concert as a polio fundraiser. And at that concert, we raised $300,000.
Holy smokes. Wow.
And the big theme of that, the big singing theme of that Zone Institute, and if you get into leadership, you get this in your heart and your business, I guess. Rotary becomes part of that. But the theme of that concert was Rotary, our people of action. Doing something to make a difference in the world. And that was never more evident than it was at that concert. Rotary are, as a member of Rotary, you should be a person of action.
Thank you, John. Last but not least, Julia.
Okay, I have two announcements. One, earlier today I sent out an email that was a call for help from Ackerman Middle School. They have a project that's going on. They'd like to interview community members. It's basically about beliefs and what you believe in. So there was an email that went out. If you want to participate in that, there are, I think, 2 time slots tomorrow, and you can email the teacher directly. I just saw it on their Facebook page as a call for help. The second thing was Adia, who's a member here, is having kind of a community thank you for all the support she's had throughout the years in representing her community. It's next Saturday night out at Little Britain Farms. It's a free event. Everybody is welcome. Community event. There's going to be a band playing and some good food by Smoking This and That.
Thank you, Julie. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Rodney Bell. We had a conversation before the meeting today, and he said he's done this for the 7th year. Is that correct?
7 years.
7th and final year. So, with great appreciation for what you do. Welcome.
Folks, it's been my pleasure, to have done this for 7 years. I would be remiss without introducing our state chair, retired Colonel Phil Miller. Phil, for some of you, I put out a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm just going to read the solid mission statement for Kentucky Employer Supported National Guard. We support the national defense strategy of the United States by maintaining and strengthening the bonds between the American people, their military forces, to the programs that engage the nation's employers, and actively supporting their employees to serve in the National Guard and Reserve. We are now presently planning the longest war in history, honestly. How many years have we fought this war since 2001? 17 years or so? It's a long time. What's different this time? How many can remember the Vietnam War? We didn't do so well in that, did we? When I talk about today's forces, this is approximate figures. We have the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, include the Coast Guard, also 2.1 million total. We learned a lot of lessons from Vietnam. This is from Craig Abrams, Chief of Staff of the U.S. Army. If we go to war again, we're taking the reserves with us. What's the rationale behind it? Well, before, it used to be compulsory service, they would fight the war, they would come back. This time, we engage all members of our military to include the active duty and reserve, National Guard, and deployments. It was established in 1972, purpose to promote cooperation and understanding between the reserve component, service members, and their civilian employers. There are three main functions of the employer support, the Guard and Reserve: military outreach, employer outreach, and USERA. USERA stands for the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act of 1994. It prohibits discrimination of members of the National Guard and Reserve. It requires employers to provide the same level of seniority, status, pay, and benefits. Helps ensure the Guardsmen and Reservists don't have to choose between part-time military service and their full-time jobs. What typically happens is, for some of you who have gone back for about 7 years, particularly by employers, we've been fortunate to have some guest speakers. Our last guest speaker was Senator Rand Paul, for some of you who may remember. And that is the time that we recognize those employers. And if we don't have employers who are actively engaged in supporting their reserve or guardswomen members, if you will, what do we have? What do we have? We have some will do it, some will do it. Is that consistency? Is that what we want to have a community or a nation? It's my opinion that we need involvement of everybody. I call it community. And I'm involved in my community, North Kentucky community, service boards and whatever, because I feel that I need to be engaged. What do Guardsmen and Reserve and other veterans bring to the workplace? Leadership, professionalism, responsibility, respect for diversity, fitness, can do, steady on the pressure, commitment, life to the team, on time, and global perspective protection. Those are good attributes for hiring reservists, guardsmen, or veterans. Would you agree with me? Again, there's a challenge. 75% of military youths ages 17 to 24 are ineligible for military service because of medical, moral, or mental status, for whatever reasons. In the future, employers in the military will continue to recruit in the same shrinking pool of eligible young men and women who are mentally and morally qualified, motivated, committed. There will be a shared workforce. How many of you remember Katrina? Remember that the general who came after that, I forgot his name, we had troops with rifles, and he told them to put his rifles away. and he came up here for a speech in Cincinnati, and I happened to be, it was an honor to go to that speech. And he said something to this effect: do what is right, and who will do it? Who will do it? No matter if you're volunteering your time, your effort, or your personal finances for your community, or whether you voluntarily decide to join the military and go into harm's way, it doesn't matter. It's all commitment if you go. Phil, would you mind coming up here, please? Jim Ferguson, would you come to the podium? I have a small token of my appreciation to Jim Ferguson for the lapel pin that has the American flag and also the ESDL banner and it's a lapel pin. With that said, I would like to pin you. Jack? No, there's punch me in the nose. And also give you a pin, a small token of our appreciation on behalf of our state chairman, retired Colonel Bill Florence. Thank you.
You know, Rod's talking about the fact that we've been doing this for 7 years now, and I was here for the initial, and I think I've been here for just about every one. Back in those days, John Sayers was the coat and tie guy, not a leisure suit guy. I couldn't resist, John. I couldn't resist. But he's been a strong friend of the SGR for forever and ever. And I'll tell you this, my first association with Rotary goes back to 1952, when my dad was the president of the Man West Virginia Rotary Club, and took me to my first Rotary Club meeting and told the people around me, don't give me any candy or he was going to have to deal with me for the rest of the day, because I was probably 4 years old at that time. And then he, once again, was the president of the Winchester Rotary Club and was a district chairman also at one time. Both my mom and dad were Paul Harris Fellows. And I have a great appreciation for what Rotary does. I have a great appreciation for Rotary support to the men and women who serve in our armed forces. And something that Rod just brought up, if you take all of the military of the United States of America, and that's the reserve component, the National Guard, and all of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard actively serving, it's less than 1% of the United States population. Less than 1% who raise their right hand and uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And it's less than 1% that's carrying the fire for everybody else. And I just want to remind you of that, because it's not like we were in World War II, where it was a war of national survival. And if you can imagine, only 12% of the population during World War II was serving in the military. So it's a strong effort. This has been a long war, a long slog, 17 years. I never would have thought I would have seen anything like that. But it's because of half of that 1% are the members of the Guard and Reserve. And that's where your support is vital. The Defense Department considers a vital interest, and there aren't many of those, but a vital interest to have the support of America's employers in support of the Guard and Reserve. And I think that there's probably no stronger statement there than to say it's a vital interest. Now, one of the things that I want to do, since Rod has stated his intentions of stepping down as the state chair, or as the area chair for Northern Kentucky, I don't know what I'm going to do without him at this point, because he has been the face and name of ESGR in Northern Kentucky for quite a number of years. And so, having said that, Rod, I want you to step back up here for just a moment. Jim, would you join us up here? You're going to step in front of the podium. On behalf of the Secretary of Defense and the Kentucky Committee for Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, we have elected to present Rod with an above and beyond award from the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, nice.
I've only presented one of these since I've been the state chairman for the past year, and that's today.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
U.S. Navy former CD. And he has been our connection with all of you all. And once again, Rod, you're gonna be a tough guy to replace. I'm gonna try to twist his arm and get him to stay after all. But hey, thanks for having me up here today. Thank you, Jim, once again for having us. And we look forward to continuing this relationship with you all. And we'll make sure that Rod Bell is still part of it. How's that?
Thank you both. Appreciate it. We're fast approaching World Polio Day on the 24th of this month. So in anticipation of such day, I'd like to have Greg Palmer up and tell us a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Jim. When I was growing up, I knew polio. People in my neighborhood had it. I had an aunt in Arkansas who had polio. If you were alive in 1960, polio touched you every day. You had family, friends, acquaintances. You knew polio. That same year, Albert Sabin's vaccine was approved for use. And now, people born today don't know polio. I see a lot of gray hairs out there nodding their heads. Carrie, how many folks do we have in the room today?
In the room, we have 54.
54. That means that there's almost 3 times as many people in this room than there are people who were diagnosed with polio this year. Think about that. We've reduced the incidence of polio 99.9%. There's been 20 cases diagnosed this year so far, 16 in Afghanistan, 4 in Pakistan. The last one was just last week. So it's not gone. But the only place it's left is in the meanest, darkest, most difficult places in the world to get to. It's going to cost more money to get there, and that's why we need your help. We've got a short video.
Survivor. So for me, polio eradication is personal.
Why it is important for us to continue doing it? Because we know that it is a preventable disease.
I found it important to do something meaningful to provide credible information to polio survivors and their family members.
There's been a great deal of satisfaction in working through the period when India gradually reached polio-free status, and the thought of how many children are now walking to school that would have been paralyzed gives us all a sense of achievement.
We don't have barriers, we don't have borders, we can promote peace, and we can change the lives of so many people.
I've spent the last 3 years traveling the world fundraising. I've visited, I think it's 47 countries now.
You know, in the Western world, especially in North America and Europe, people feel that polio has been eliminated. It's still there. And there's only one flight away.
As long as the polio virus is circulating, every unvaccinated child can be affected by polio and get paralyzed.
It is important that we continue to vaccinate because no child in any corner of the world should deserve to be crippled for the lack of those 2 drops.
Polio is a lifetime disease. We must track to 0 and end polio now.
I'm asking you to be the best polio eradication advocate you can possibly be, because it takes all of us to be successful.
part of last year's World Polio Day telecast. There's going to be another one this year on October 24th, next Wednesday. And this one's coming from Philadelphia, I believe. Is that right, John?
Yes.
And you'll be able to stream it online. You can go to endpolionow.org and get the information about it. But last year the presentation was pretty cool. And this is just about a 1-hour video of that and that little piece I took out of it. I thought it was interesting, asking the question, why are you involved in the polio eradication effort? It's like saying, why are you in a Rotary? Why do you join a club that's committed to service and making the world a better place? It seems kind of intuitive, but still, they asked people who had led hundreds and thousands of people on National Immunization Day trips why they were doing it. Well, because it meant something to them. It was personal, one guy said, because he was changing the world. Because you get a satisfaction from it. Ask yourself, why are you involved in Rotary? This club is incredible. We do dozens of projects every year. We raise thousands of dollars. We give almost all of it right back to our community in the form of scholarships and food and games, toys, our time. And we all get something out of it. It feels good. But the world is watching Rotary eradicate polio. Right or wrong, we will be judged on it if we succeed. And if we fail, then 1960 happens again, and we'll know people with polio. I don't want my kids and my grandkids to see that. That's why I want this going. And so I'm asking you to join and write another check. End Polio Now is a .org. You can go there, you can log in, you can make a contribution to the polio fund. Right now, every dollar you give is being matched 2 to 1. You give $1, Bill Gates Foundation gives 2. And we can make this a reality. The last case in Nigeria was in August of 2016. So they just passed their 2-year anniversary. They make it 1 more year without a case of polio, then Nigeria will be added to the list of countries that has been declared polio-free. That'll just leave 2. And last week's case in Afghanistan might be the last one. We don't know. 3 years from now, we'll know. Hopefully it is. But if it's not, we got to keep raising money. We still got to keep immunizing. We got to keep surveilling the area to track down every single case of polio and then immunize all the children in that area. Next week, on your Monday when you come in, Jim's going to meet you at the door and he's going to put a sticker on you. It's going to say End Polio Now. It's going to be a World Polio Day sticker. I'm encouraging everybody here to wear that sticker on the 24th, a week from Wednesday. John said he put it on his forehead for me. You walk around with that sticker on your shirt, and somebody that day is going to say, what's that about? And you get a chance to tell them what we're doing as Rotarians. You get a chance to tell them that we're freeing the world of polio, and we can use your help. Go to endpolionow.org and make a contribution. Doesn't matter how big or how small. Do something to help that organization out. Dick Wilkinson was a great friend of our club. He gave a lot of money to Rotary, gave a lot of time to Rotary, and when we lost him, we lost a great friend for the foundation. He gave $1,000 every year religiously, at least, sometimes more. And this past week, his family had a little celebration on his passing, and LD was there, and LD would like to give you a message from the family.
This past Friday, we did Dick's memorial service down at the National Cemetery. And if you went to the little reception that they had for Dick down at Triple Crown, you saw in the little folder that there was a little paragraph that Dick really lived to see polio eradicated from this earth. And Dick was a member of the Rotary for 50 years. And I was able to take his badge and give it to Ruth from our club. And Dick's family gave me a check to give to the cause that we're pushing now, because in honor of Dick. And so this is from his family. Can I tell one Dick Wilkerson story?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dick Wilkerson had, every one of us doing well, had a Dick Wilkerson story. I had 2 that I used at his funeral. One of them, now I've been gone several weeks because I've been in various parts of the country doing things. And when I was gone, I always ate with Dick. When I got back, Dick would say, Campbell, where in the hell you been? Well, Dick, I've been out doing Jesus work. Well, that's okay, as long as you weren't loafing. And when I get to heaven, I hope Dick's in the crowd saying, Campbell, where in the hell you been? So this is from Dick's family because they share Dick's love of eradicating polio.
Well, folks, that's all I've got. Go on to endpolionow.org. You can make a donation there. If you'd rather give your donation to me, I will make sure that it goes to the foundation with your member number attached to it, so you'll get credit towards your Paul Harris Fellow. Either way, it'll be matched 2-to-1 by the Bill Gates Foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. Look forward to that every year. As we go into next week, remember the stickers. We'll have them at the front door when you walk in. We're going to take a group photo. We all can fit up front next week. Post it on our Facebook page and make sure everybody knows that we're trying to end polio. Before we dismiss today, and again, still don't have a bell, so it'll be Sean. I want to thank all the people that came last Friday to the football games. Heather, Bonnie, Pat, Aaron, and both Mr. and Mrs. Keelan. We were able to collect over $300 for Go Pantry. That's good. We're about $19.50 short. So we'll be tapping you on the shoulders a couple more times this year before we actually do the event in January. So with that said, have a great week.